see somebody by the name of Genevieve.
Yes,
What's your name?
Genevieve Allen.
Okay. Okay. Andrea's phone. Maybe it's somebody else. Just went to go throw a bug in the bathroom and somebody that messed it up again already. It's way too early in the morning for this. Like, dude, y'all doing it at your house. We just joined from Andrea's iPhone. Can I mute, please? Okay, I don't see Andrea. Hi, who's Andrea's iPhone?
Yes,
What's your name?
Andrea.
Andrea, do you have a full name?
Yes, Andrea Kemp. Last name is Kemp.
You know what matter you're here for?
Lucas Elliott.
Okay, sounds good.
Your Honor, she is the victim in that matter. If I could have an opportunity to speak with her in a breakout room, I'd greatly appreciate it.
I'm loud in general. I'm not normally loud to people. I'm loud in general. Obviously.
They're in the same. Who's Neville's case?
Both victims, so she talked about the same.
That's good.
Oh, she can see us.
Oh, yeah, you know, but
Should we close the door?
Yeah, let's do that.
So Boyle, they've been assigned to your room.
Can I be placed in a breakout room with Ms. Nevels, please?
Room with the victim on Kelly.
Okay, some people are being misnamed here. Whoever's
Yep.
on, I need Neville's case to be properly named. Okay, Jennifer Neville's is your client, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let me put her in the room with you. And then I only have Andrea in the room with Boyle. Is there another victim?
That she's only speaking to her on Lucas.
Okay, sounds good. And then Mr. Keithy, I put you and Miss Neville's in room 3. The Neville's case people are, they're witnesses or victims?
We are both the victim and a witness.
Thank you. I'm just gonna rename you so I know. I got them renamed.
Mr. Keithley,
Yes,
you might have been asked this already, but do you represent Robin Cooper?
I do represent Ms. Cooper.
Did you need to speak with her at all, or?
Ms. Cooper, do you have any questions for me since we spoke on, what was that, Friday?
Ms. Cooper, you're muted. You'd have to unmute your device.
I believe she said, I don't believe so. So I don't think we need to go into a breakout room. We're ready to go on that. Has anybody seen my email regarding Mr. Densborn?
I was
Yes.
just about to look at dates.
Addie just said she's about to look at dates. I don't know if you heard her.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Keithley?
Fines, you have to buy from your-
see, are we ready on Mr. Erdman?
I believe we are, Your Honor.
For the record, in the matters of the people of the city of Lansing versus Richard Floyd Erdman, file number 22-00690, 21-03246, 21-03270, and 22-00048. Council appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle, appearing via Zoom due to a COVID diagnosis on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Richard Erdman, who is sitting to my right.
Today was the date that was set for a final pre-trial. My understanding is that there's going to be a plea. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, it looks like last week the offer was for the defendant to plead guilty to 2 counts of loud music, and then the city would dismiss the remaining. Is that still the offer, Ms. O'Boyle?
It is not, Your Honor. The offer, as discussed via Zoom this morning, is to plead to the single count of loud music and then plead to 2 amended counts of the civil infraction disturbing the peace, 1 for each of those pending files, and I guess dismissal of the disorderly person, Your Honor.
Okay, you said he's gonna plead to loud music?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes,
And that's in file number 3270, that one?
Correct.
And then,
4-6 is being dismissed.
okay, what about file number ending in 48?
4-8 will be the civil infraction, and so will 690.
The civil infraction is disturbing the peace.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, your client wants to accept that offer today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, so the file number ending in 3270, loud music. Mr. Urban, you have the right to proceed to a trial in this matter, and you have the right to proceed to jury trial in that matter. At the time of your trial, you have the right to have the city bring sufficient evidence to prove each element of the charge against you. And they have to prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. If you want to accept the plea, you have to waive that right to your trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to waive that right today?
Yes, ma'am.
You should also give up your right to cross-examine or question any witness that they were gonna call. You're gonna give up your right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you will believe to further any defense of the charge. You're gonna give up your right to remain silent, not have silence be used against you. You're gonna give up the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You want to waive each of those rights here today?
Yes.
Did anybody threaten you to get you to waive those rights? Anybody promising you anything to get you to waive those rights? Are you pleading guilty to the charge of loud music because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's to the charge of loud music. How do you plead?
Guilty.
On a factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Erdman, on December 2nd of 2021, were you at your home at 4824 Anson in the city of Lansing, Union County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
And at that time, did you play, did you reproduce sound or on a sound system at a level that created a noise disturbance?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Any questions from the city attorney's office?
No, Your Honor, we are satisfied with the factual basis on the record.
The court is satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea and I find your plea made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Your fine will be $50 on that file. And as to the file number ending in 48 and the file number ending in 690, the city is moving to amend both of those to the civil infraction of disturbing the peace. Did you want to accept responsibility to each of those?
Yes, ma'am.
Give you a fine of $50 in each file, okay? When can you make payment?
Between the 28th and the 3rd, I have a payee that receives my social security, so I have to get those to him and he can pay them, I'm sure by the 3rd without an issue.
May 3rd?
Yes.
Okay, you can make payment online or you can come up and make it in person at the court, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you're all set.
Oh, you're on the- All right. Thank you very much. Yes.
Okay.
You can see me or anything?
No.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, are we all set on Neville's or Elliott?
Your Honor, if I could have an opportunity to speak with the victim in the Neville's matter before, my understanding is that we are prepared to move forward with a plea deal on that matter, Your Honor.
On Neville, so you want to speak with,
Ms. Stoneham, please, briefly.
oh, they're already in the breakout room, I was told.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
there go. No
Thank you.
problem.
Your Honor,
Okay, yes,
I have not been able to get in touch with Mr. Trying to remember his first name, Elliot, or is it Lucas? Mr. Elliot, to the best of my knowledge, he is not present today.
okay,
I have a matter that should take me 5 minutes over in front of Judge Buchanan with a client who's in custody. If the court will allow, I'm going to go down there and handle that while Mr. Boyle is speaking with the complaining witness.
okay, sounds good. You got a sentencing with,
With Genevieve Allen.
okay, Ms. Allen, you can start your video. They were on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Genevieve Allen, file number 21-03306 OD. Council, can I have your appearance?
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Genevieve Allen, who's appearing by Zoom.
Thank you. Today's the date that was set for sentencing. The court is in possession of a pre-sentence report. Did you get a copy of that?
I did, Your Honor.
Okay, did we need to make any updates, deletions or corrections?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you can proceed to allocation.
Thank you, Your Honor. We don't have any objections to the recommendations. Ms. Allen is 74 years old. She's never been in trouble before, though this is, a serious event, and she does, hold herself accountable. She's feeling very embarrassed about this. She did start going to AA classes before her car got some, she had some car trouble that she needs to fix before she can start going again. But she moved, she's not from here. She's from Gaylord. She moved here. She moved to the senior community that she's living in 8 years ago off of Edgewood. She has a support system there. She has people, the gals that she hangs out with and plays cards with. They have a community center. They have a social worker that gives them activities. So she tries to keep active in her community. She did get her diploma. You know, for her age, you know, a lot of people, they dropped out of school and didn't bother finishing high school. And she did come from a poor family in which 3 out of 8 kids were the only graduated, but she was one of them. She left home early and put herself through school. So she's retired. She tries to stay active with her friends. She did complete the 12 steps. I did get proof of that. Like I said, she started going to AA meetings, but then she has to fix her car. So again, we have no objections to the recommendations. Because of her age, she does have health problems. Her eyes are bothering her. I think it might be something to do with a cataract. So she has a doctor. Eye doctors. She took a stress test for chest pains. She's on medication for a muscle relaxer for her shoulder. She has a rotator cuff tear. Also, she takes medications for her acid reflux. And she takes shots for allergy medicines. She has blood pressure medications, that sort of stuff. A lot of arthritis that runs in her family, I guess. She gets headaches from it, but hasn't committed to the steroid shots yet because she has or pills because she doesn't want to get addicted. So, yeah, I just wanted to give the court an overview of Ms. Allen because she's lived a long life and like you said, she's pretty embarrassed where she is now that she's 74 and this is the first time, but she understands her actions. She understands that she needs to be responsible for this. So, Your Honor, again, we don't have any objections to recommendation. Thank you.
The court's had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report, the recommendation, as well as the assessment, substance use assessment, that was provided by cognitive consultants. I think the concern that the court has, obviously this is the first time a defendant has been before the court on a matter such as this. I don't think she has any other convictions at all. And then the substance abuse assessment, however, states that the defendant admits that she struck a parked car but does not accept fault, as she was reportedly sober enough to drive home. So I think that was a bit concerning, because the car was parked. So whose fault would it be if it was not her fault?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it says the client reports it was the other individual's fault for not parking correctly. Ms. Allen, can you unmute your device?
Your Honor, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Is that accurate? Is that you believe that you were sober enough to drive?
yes, I do.
Okay, and you believe that it was the person who parked the car's fault that you hit the car, the parked car?
Yes, I think she was a little over too far when I turned.
Okay, so, that just validates the court's concern. I think, um, this was a situation where I was on the fence as to whether or not I would even place, Miss Allen on a term of probation. With it being a first offense and her coming back with a mild alcohol use disorder, and due to her age. However, she had a extremely high blood alcohol level. She had a 0.21 blood alcohol level. It's a super drug. For her to believe that and still to this day think that she was sober enough to drive is concerning. And so I am gonna adopt the recommendation. I think she's minimizing or not yet in a position to accept that kind of mindset and tolerance to alcohol, and to believe that it was someone else's fault that you hit a parked car while driving with a blood alcohol level of 0.21, and it thinks that's represents to the court that there's some severe concern there that needs to be addressed. So I'm going to adopt the recommendation. I'm going to sentence her to a term of 6 months of probation. While on probation, need to attend AA at least once a week, secure a sponsor, and make regular contact. Do you understand that?
Yes,
Also ordering you to complete some outpatient substance abuse and provide verification to your probation officer, okay? Because
Pardon
you've
me?
already completed the 12th step.
Yes.
Okay, my understanding is you've already completed the 12th step. You just need to provide your written verification to probation, okay?
how do I do that, ma'am? I'm not sure how I get that. Where do I
You're
get
not sure how
that
you get
from?
what?
To
What is it
show
that you're
that,
not sure? The proof?
yes,
Okay, well, if you completed it, you should have gotten some level, some certificate. And you would just provide that to the probation officer.
I got, like coins, but I didn't get no certificate from them.
I'm not sure what the coins are, but you'll be able to discuss this further with the probation officer, okay? They can determine what you mean when you say you receive some coins.
Okay,
Okay, so I'm gonna order that you can attend the 12 step and provide verification to the extent that you indicated to the court that you have completed it. You're just working on providing the verification to probation. You're gonna complete outpatient. It's an alcohol education. While on probation, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm, ammunition, or weapon of any kind. And you're not to use, purchase, or possess any alcohol, marijuana, or controlled substance unless you have a valid prescription, okay?
okay,
You are required to submit to random preliminary breath tests and or your analysis. You're responsible for the costs associated with that, okay?
okay,
And you're not to be at any bars or nightclubs during probation. Do you understand that?
yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions about the probation?
No, I don't. Do I get something, or is she gonna make an appointment with me, my probation officer, or how do I go about that?
Well, we'll discuss that in just a moment. I'm gonna go over some fines and costs with you next.
Okay,
You're responsible for a $30 per month probation oversight fee while on probation. I'm gonna waive discretionary fines and costs. There's a $75 crime victim rights fee that you're responsible for and a $50 state minimum cost that you'll be responsible for. I'm trying to see if there's OWI cost recovery, and there is. You owe the Lansing Police Department $344.52 for the cost associated to responding to this incident, okay?
Okay.
So you have a total of $649.52 that you owe, that when you meet with probation, they'll advise you that you'll be making monthly payments, and they'll tell you how much that's gonna be, okay?
With the probation officer?
Yeah, the probation officer is going to contact you to go over this judgment of sentence that I'm discussing with you right now. You'll
Okay.
receive a copy, you'll have an opportunity to review it, and then you're required to sign it and get it back, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions about your fines and costs?
So the total on that was $649.52.
That's correct, ma'am.
Okay, and where do I go pay this? Downtown on the 6th floor?
Yes, you can pay that at the 6th floor, that's correct.
Okay,
Okay, so lastly, there's an advice of rights form that you would have received if you were here in person. It says you have the right to request a hearing for early discharge from probation once you have completed half the original term of probation ordered by the judge. You must file a motion for early termination of probation with the court. Do you understand that, ma'am?
no, I don't.
So you have the right to be considered to be terminated from probation early. So I'm sentencing you to 6 months. I'm gonna go over some more details in a moment that will explain if you're eligible and when you would be eligible to ask the court to release you from probation early, okay?
Okay,
Okay, you cannot request a hearing for early discharge from probation until you've completed all the rehabilitative requirements that have been ordered. And you must not have had any violations within the 90 days prior to that request, okay?
okay,
You have the right to hire or retain an attorney if a hearing is necessary for your request for early termination of probation status, but you do not have the right for court-appointed counsel. Do you understand that?
yes,
Lastly, if you are on probation for domestic violence, stalking, criminal sex crime, human traffic violations, or an offense where the defense was asserted of guilty but mentally ill, you would not be eligible for early discharge from probation. So that last section does not apply to you. And so for me to explain this a little further, I'm giving you 6 months of probation. If you complete the substance abuse assessment and the 12-step program as directed, and you have not violated, mainly you've not consumed alcohol or any illegal controlled substance during that first 3 months, you can submit in writing a request for the court to consider early termination of your probation status, okay?
okay.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, I don't, Honor.
Okay, any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Allen, someone from probation will be in contact with you. Other than that, you're all set for today.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, how are you?
Oh, no.
Are we all set for the matters earlier on the document?
That person did not appear, Steve Elliott. And then Neville's is still here.
My understanding that this one may have.
She wasn't, she
She is on the Zoom.
I have, there is a
So we released the Elliott victims. Okay, Mr. Keithley. The Elliott. Mrs. Oberg, can we release your victims on Elliott? My understanding is Elliott's not appeared, so we're issuing a bench warrant.
That's fine, Your Honor. If you were going to set it for another hearing date, I just wanted her to be aware of it. But if you're going to simply bench warrant, that's fine.
Yes, that's correct. It's gonna be a bench warrant, and Mrs. Bowen is here. She can go and speak to them if you need them. Need her to.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. And then are we ready on Neville's?
I am ready, Your Honor.
Okay.
He's ready, Your Honor.
Ms. Boone, if you wanted to step out, then please just your witnesses and let them know that the court's not going to issue a whenever court date because he's on warrant status.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Jennifer Marie Nevels, file number 21-031810M. Council appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle appearing on behalf of the City of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Jennifer Nevels, who's present via Zoom.
Thank you. Today was the date that was set for jury trial. However, my understanding is that there was an offer that was extended. Can you please state the offer in the record, Ms. O'Boyle?
Let's see, Your Honor. Hold on. It's my understanding, and I think I need clarification from defense counsel. It's my understanding that Ms. Nevels was going to be pleading guilty to either a disturbing the peace criminal charge or a loud and boisterous criminal misdemeanor charge, but I was not certain as to which one.
Yes, Your Honor. I can clarify on that. Ms. Nevels is going to be entering a plea of guilty to City of Lansing Ordinance 6401 subsection B, that is the loud and boisterous. Further, there is a stipulated amount of restitution in this matter of $500.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Nevels, if you could unmute your device. You're still muted. Okay, thank you. How are you, ma'am? How are you? Okay. The offer that was extended and stated by your attorney was that you were going to plead guilty to an admitted charge of loud and boisterous, and that there's a stipulation or an agreement for you all to, or for you to pay restitution to the victim in the amount of $500. Is that what you understand your plea offer to be?
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to accept that offer today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Okay, Ms. Nevels, you have the right to be represented by counsel. You do have representation from Mr. Keithley from the Office of the Public Defender. You have the right to proceed to trial in this matter, and you have the right to have a jury trial. At the time of trial, you have the right to remain silent, not have silence be used against you. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to call witnesses or present evidence that you believe would further any defense to the charge. And then you have the right to question or cross-examine any of the witnesses that the city intends to call. If you want to accept the offer and plead guilty to the amended charge of loud and boisterous, you would give up each of those rights, ma'am. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to give up those rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is anybody threatening you to get you to waive those rights?
No, ma'am.
Is anybody promising you anything to get you to want to give up those rights?
No, ma'am.
Are you giving up those rights and pleading guilty because you believe you are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you currently on probation or parole?
No, ma'am.
As to the amended charge of loud and boisterous, ma'am, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Have a factual basis, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Nevels, on or about September 9th of 2021, were you at or in the vicinity of 1201 North Cedar Street in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
And that's a speedway, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right. And while you were there, did you in some way disturb the peace and quiet by loud or boisterous conduct?
Yes, sir.
And that was because you were yelling at someone, right?
Yes, sir.
Specifically, you and Miss Stoneham were having a verbal confrontation, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So it wasn't an accident that happened?
No, sir.
All right, I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the city?
No, Your Honor, the city is satisfied with the factual basis on the record.
Thank you. The court is also satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Any objection to immediate sentencing?
No, Your Honor. I will note that the victim is here and she has indicated she would like to make a statement, though.
Okay. I'm assuming there's no objection to immediate sentencing from the defense, correct?
None from the defense, Your Honor.
Okay, the victim can unmute their device and make their statement at this time.
Hi, Your Honor.
Hi.
I just wanted to let the court know today that this instance has affected me greatly, that I have been extremely traumatized from the instance that occurred back in September of 2021. This instance has kept me up multiple nights. I was not able to sleep last night when thinking about what happened, and that I have been terrified to go out in public since the instance with Ms. Nevels.
And for the record, ma'am, can you please state your first and last name?
Yes, my name is Michaela Stoneham.
Okay, thank you. And you can spell Michaela for us?
Yes, it's Mykaillah.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there any more impact statement that you wanted to provide to the court?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you for that. Mr. Keithley, you can make your allocution.
Thank you, Your Honor. This was a complicated situation that brought Ms. Nevels before the court today. And I really think that ultimately it was a situation wherein probably neither of them was having their best day and acting as their best selves in that moment. As Ms. Nevels indicated, you know, she and Ms. Stoneham got into a verbal altercation. I know there were allegations of physical altercation here. Of course, those are still at this stage just altercation or allegations, excuse me. And those, we didn't go to trial. Those were never proven. Obviously, Ms. Nevels is recognizing that she did not act the best that she could have or should have in this situation. She's taken accountability for her actions and has admitted to wrongdoing here. We do have a stipulated restitution amount. Your Honor, I would ask for a sentence of fines and costs, noting that this is a non-serious misdemeanor. Ultimately, it is a loud and boisterous charge at this point. And we would also be asking that the court bear in mind that there is the $500 restitution amount, such that to the extent that it can moderate its fines in this matter, because Ms. Nevels does have to pay that $500 in restitution. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court will issue a fine in the amount of $75 crime victim rights fee plus $50 state minimum cost plus $100 fine, and an order of restitution of an amount of $500 to be paid to the victim, Michaela Stoneham. The city would need to provide, it's gonna need to provide us a restitution form when they can. And we can see if Ms. Bowen can get it done because she is in the building. Do you have any questions about your fines, ma'am?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, how do you intend to make payment?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the last part.
How and when do you intend to make your payments?
Can I do payment plan? Every 2
Yeah,
weeks?
Yep, every 2 weeks. How much are you gonna be able to pay?
We could do 100.
Okay, I'll put an order in that you'll be making a payment of $100 weekly until paid in full. Your total restitution and fines and costs amount to $725, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing further for the city, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set. Thank you, Ms. Stoneham. You're all set as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Cooper, are we all set on Cooper?
I am ready to proceed on Cooper.
Thank you. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Robin Renee Cooper. File number is 21-03391OD. Council appearance.
Good morning.
Sorry, Amanda Boyle appearing on behalf of the city.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Robin Cooper, who is present via Zoom.
Today's the date that's set for sentencing. I have a pre-sentence report here. Did you get a copy of that, Mr. Keithley?
I did, Your Honor, and I've had an opportunity to discuss it with Ms. Cooper. We have no additions or corrections.
Okay, did you want to proceed to allocation?
Thank you, Your Honor. You know, I don't actually really have a lot to add to the report. I think the report really sums all of it up pretty well. Ms. Cooper drank too much. She went out and drove. She recognized she shouldn't have done that, but this isn't the pattern of behavior for Ms. Cooper. As is noted in the report, this is her first criminal conviction of any kind. It's her first conviction relating to controlled substances. And as is laid out in the assessment, there really isn't any evidence of a substance abuse issue here. What really happened, from what I can tell, is she drank more than she realized. She shouldn't have driven, but one of the unfortunate side effects of alcohol is that it lowers your inhibitions and impacts your reasoning. And she made a poor decision as a result of that. We would be asking the court adopt the recommendation in the report. Thank you, Your Honor.
Court's had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report, the recommendation, prior criminal history, and the substance abuse assessment. The defendant scored low risk for the requirement for minimal judicial intervention. However, there was an elevated score in the substance abuse domain. So I believe that the recommendation of probation is appropriate due to that. We're going to order that the defendant complete a victim impact panel and provide verification within 90 days to the court, as well as complete the alcohol education program and provide verification. As to fines and costs, there is $676.74 owed to the Lansing Police Department for responding to this incident. So that will be assessed. There's a $75 crime victim rights fee that will be assessed, and a $50 state minimum cost that will also be assessed. I'm going to waive any discretionary fines and costs at this time. Do you have any questions, Ms. Cooper, about your fines and costs and the requirements for you to complete alcohol education and victim impact within 90 days? You're muted, ma'am. If you could unmute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can, thank you.
Okay, all right. The only question I have is, where do I go about doing this class that you're
Someone from
recommending?
probation will provide it. Someone from probation will contact you because they have to go over the order that I'm just issuing, and then they'll give you that information, okay, ma'am?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. And then for the total of fines and costs and restitution that you owe is gonna be $801.74. I'll refer that to collections and you can get on a payment plan, okay?
Okay, or I can pay that in full, however you want to do it.
That works as well. Do you have any questions at this time, ma'am?
I do not.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay,
And
you're
for the
all
city
set,
attorney,
Ms.
thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, Ms. Cooper.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am.
No problem. I see Theo Simmons and then Michelle Palacio. Let's see, Mr. Keithley, are you representing both of them?
I represent Ms. Palacio, Your Honor.
Do you need to speak with her privately at all?
Not to the best of my knowledge.
Okay, Palacio, can you unmute and start your video?
Morning. I'm trying to start my video now. I don't know what. Um,
Okay, is Ms. Donnelly representing Mr. Simmons? Mr. Simmons? Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. She was originally, I'm not sure where she is right now.
Back to our office, so we'll give her an opportunity to log in. Okay, Ms. Palacio, can you hear and see us now?
yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay. Well, on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Michelle Palacio, file number 22-00408 OD, council appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Lee, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Michelle Palacio, who is present via Zoom.
It was a date that was set for a pre-trial. How are we proceeding on this?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would note that this is an OD file. We would be requesting 30-day adjournment for Ms. Palacio to get a substance abuse assessment taken.
May 16th at 10 a.m. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set for today, Ms. Palacio. We'll see you in May.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I see a Kelly Grambling. Can you unmute, please? Let's see. Ms. Grambling, can you unmute your device?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
You're
now I
welcome.
can't hear you at all.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Kelly Gambling, file number 21L2698391. This gambling, today's a date that was set for show cause because you accepted responsibility to a civil infraction back on the 31st of January. You were to pay $130 within the next 30 days, and you didn't make payment. Are you able to pay today?
Ma'am, I don't have any money. I just did my last appointment for my disability on the 6th. I'm still waiting. I'm not sure if you remember, but I was shot last year. So I'm not able to, not really able to do a whole lot of things, honestly. But income is something I don't have. I've been homeless, living on the streets, and one of the ladies from our church just gave us, just put us up in a hotel room for 2 nights, because we've been sleeping in, like breaks between buildings, hallways, things like that. We just, I don't have any money. I don't have any way to pay it.
Okay, so what is your plan, ma'am, for getting on your feet and then taking care of the financial responsibilities that you have?
The only plan that I do have is that, praying, that my disability comes through soon, and where I just did my last appointment for disability, like I said, on the 6th, I'm hoping that that's going to come through real soon because they have everything else that they need. They know I'm disabled. They know I don't have full function of being able to walk. They know that my daily activities are very limited. So that's all I have. I don't have family I can depend on. I don't have friends I can depend on. I could possibly ask the church, which is something I haven't done, about having me pay this ticket.
Okay, I'm gonna set the show cause out for 60 days. You'll get a new notice in the mail. Maybe your situation or circumstance may change by then. I mean, you can give the court an update, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're all set.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
I don't know how to shut that out.
Miss Donnelly joins. Okay, Miss Donnelly, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, did you need to speak with Mr. Simmons?
I've spoken to him just right now.
Okay, sounds good. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Theo Simmons, file number 18-00398, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Theo Simmons, who's appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you. Today was a date that was set for delayed sentencing or deferred sentencing. The defendant was before the court on April 6th, 2021. He pled guilty to 1 count of failure to pay income taxes. He had restitution in the amount of $1,592.78. My records reflect that he paid in full. I need a city attorney to come and dismiss the case.
Morning, Your Honor. I trust that the court records are accurate and the city at this time makes a motion to dismiss the charge.
Thank you. Our records reflect he paid in full on April 5th.
Okay.
Okay, so Mr. Simmons, is the count 3 that you pled guilty to will be dismissed. So do you have any questions?
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I thought I seen, okay. Pistacia Castilla. That's Mr. Keithley?
I'm here.
Mr. Keithley, did you need to speak with her?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. On the record of the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Cristasia Castilla, file number 22-003910M. Counsel appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Ms. Castilla, who is present via Zoom.
Thank you. Today was the date that was set for a pretrial. How are we proceeding on this matter?
Thank you, Your Honor. There was no offer extended in this matter. We would be asking that to be set for a final pretrial.
April 23rd at 8:15. Final pretrial will be April 25th at 8:15 in the morning in person at the court. Jury trial will be May 16th at 8:15 in person at the court. Do you have any questions today, Ms. Castilla?
I do not.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Oh, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set for today, Ms. Castilla. I thought I seen an email, but I didn't have an opportunity to open it. And then, Mr. Dinsborn, are we resetting that? Is that what's going on? Oh,
Yes, Your Honor.
sounds good. We reset. I think it's been reset already, so. Let's see. Tatiana Smith.
Yes.
Is that your client, Mr. Keithley?
Yes, Your Honor. If I could meet with her in a breakout room, please.
Okay, no problem. I'll add her to room 3.
Joanna.
And Ms. Castilla, you can hang up. I see she's still there.
Sorry, are we gonna get court papers as well?
Yes, we'll mail you
Perfect.
those
Thank you
dates.
so much.
No problem. Okay, Desiree Smith.
Yes.
Okay. You can start your video, please, ma'am.
Okay.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Desiree Smith, file number 21-03039. Ms. Smith, today was the date that was set for a show cause hearing because you owe $145 on a no insurance ticket from February that you said you would pay in February. What is your plan on that, ma'am?
I honestly forgot, but I can pay it on the 22nd.
I'm sorry, you can pay when?
The 22nd.
Okay. Okay, I'll note here that you'll make payment by April 22nd. Do you have any questions on how you make your
Okay.
payment?
Yes. That's the part I was confused on. Like you said, going online, but I don't know where to go. Like
You will go to the
specifically,
court
which
website. Did you get a notice to appear today?
yes,
Okay, did it come with a Zoom notification on it or file as well?
yes.
Okay, there should be the court website on there, but it's www.lansingmi.gov/court, or you can just go to Google and type in 54A District Court, and then you'll go to the area where it says pay fines and costs, and you'll use your case number to pay. Or you can just come up in person to the courthouse. We're on the 6th floor of City Hall, and you can make payment at the window.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Do you have any other questions, ma'am?
I do not.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
All All right, thank you.
Okay, we ready on Tatiana?
Your Honor, I think it's my understanding that she got her license. I'm just waiting on some documentation of that.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Your Honor, could Ms. O'Boyle, Ms. Smith, and I be placed in a breakout room?
Okay, 1 second. You all can go back to that room and I'll add Ms. O'Boyle to room 3.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. So this is a Moto G. What's happening now? Let's see.
You? Okay. Okay.
Okay, who's on the Moto G power? Oh, he hasn't started his audio, so he can't hear us.
Your Honor, that might be Christopher Lavoy. I'm gonna try to contact him.
Okay, sounds good. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Tatiana Smith, file number 22-00091. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Ms. Smith, who is present via Zoom.
Today was the date that was set for pretrial. And is the city still moving to dismiss on this one?
We are, Your Honor. The defendant provided proof of her learner's permit.
Ms. Smith, you're all set.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, don't have anybody else in the waiting room. And then I don't know who this is on the other device, so. Let's see. We gotta reset Mr. Davis. Yeah, my understanding is Darren Davis is in MDOC. And we didn't know that, so we gotta rid him. This person failed to appear for a short pause. I'm not clear as to what's going on here. Yeah, more sense. Ms. Donnelly, was that Mr. Lavoy?
He doesn't have a working number. I have to contact his wife and she didn't answer, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Did you written Mr. Peebles from Ingham County Jail?
Yeah, my list has him highlighted, so that means he's in jail. We should have him.
Should be probably fine, yeah.
She's gonna be probably coming in. Okay. What's your name, sir?
Christopher Lavoy.
Okay, very good. Ms. Donnelly, did you need to speak to him?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
I apologize for the audio, but I couldn't figure it out for a minute.
No problem. It's a common user error. I'm gonna put you in room 1 with your attorney. Okay, are we ready on Mr. LaVoy?
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, the record in the matter, the people of the city of Lansing versus Christopher LaVoy have file numbers 21L2655732 and 21-02083. Council appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Christopher LaVoy, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Thank you. Today was the date that was set for pre-trials. How do we want to proceed on these?
At this time, Your Honor, I don't have an offer from the city, but Mr. LaVoy reports that he doesn't have a currently registered and insured vehicle. He doesn't have any vehicle. So what I want to do is adjourn 30 days because he mass plans to have a registered and insured vehicle at that time. And then we can work it out with the city, I hope.
You said he has plans to do what within that time frame?
Get another vehicle and have it registered and insured.
Okay, well, at the arraignment, he indicated to the magistrate that he's having housing issues. So how's he gonna get another car if he doesn't have a place to stay?
Mr. LaVoy, are you right now have any housing instability?
A little bit, but I hope to have things wrapped up, but sometimes things take longer, sometimes things happen better, but I mean, I hope to have it done in that time.
It's my understanding that Mr. LaVoy, the family needs transport, so that's what they're trying to do they're trying to get a vehicle.
Okay, I understand that, but you're saying he doesn't have a vehicle at all right now?
No, the vehicle that was on the ticket, the Mazda, he said that was claimed by the impound.
So why would we need to adjourn this matter for him to get a new vehicle and then register it? That doesn't make any sense.
Your Honor, I was just hoping that there would be an offer if he were like to a civil infraction or dismissal, if he were to have proof of a registered insured vehicle. And at this time, he doesn't have that.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
Thank you. Given the circumstances and the facts that have come to light that were not known to the city prior to this hearing, the city is willing to amend the no insurance to an impeding traffic and dismiss the unregistered ticket, Your Honor.
Okay, sounds good. Ms. Donnelly, did you want to talk to your client as to whether or not he wants to accept that?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
What exactly is impeding traffic?
So, Mr. LaVoy, you're gonna have to go back into the breakout room.
I'll explain it to you. Give her a moment.
Yes, just hit the screen and it should be, there. If you don't see breakout rooms, there should be like a more. Oh, should press join?
Yes. I keep hitting remove by accident and not admit. Who's in the jail? Good morning. Who's in the jail?
Huh?
What's your name?
People?
Okay, thank you. Who's on the Moto G Pure?
Yep.
What's your name, ma'am?
Nicole K. Darling.
Okay, thank you. And then who's on the Galaxy Z Flip? Ma'am in the blue shirt, can you unmute, please?
Yes, hello.
Okay, well, she's not gonna unmute. Who's on the Samsung in the blue shirt?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on the Samsung. I didn't hear.
What's your name, sir?
Andre Bynum.
Very good. Nicole Darling. And then I just omitted somebody else. Okay. I don't know what happened to the lady. I'm not sure what happened. Okay. Who's on the Galaxy Z?
Hello, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, is your last name Crampton?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Blackman, that's your client.
Yes.
Blackman, is that your client? Okay. Mr. Blackman, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Are you representing?
And Miss Crampton's my client.
Okay, very good. Are you ready to proceed on Ms. Crampton?
We are, Your Honor.
Yes.
Okay, we got Mr. Lavoy back. Ms. Donnelly, I'm still on the record in Mr. Lavoy's matter. Are we ready to proceed? Is he gonna accept the offer?
Yes, Your Honor, he will accept the offer to admit responsibility to impeding traffic.
So the fine for the impeding traffic is $125. Are you able to make payment on that?
Not at this time, but more towards like the beginning of the month. I'd like to maybe like a payment arrangement, maybe like $20 a month. Is that possible?
Okay, I see that you owe $108 on a seatbelt, and it says that you had an extension to pay that May 2nd. Is that what you're gonna pay on May 2nd?
I plan to make a payment on that also, but I'm gonna ask them for a payment arrangement on that too. Trying to have things a little more manageable without having a loss of all my money at one time.
Okay, so you're gonna pay $20 a month on both of these?
Yes.
Okay, I put here that you will pay $20 a month beginning on May 2nd until paid in full, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any questions today, sir?
No, I don't. I appreciate your
Any additional
time.
matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Lavoy.
All right, you have a good day. Thank you.
You too, sir. Okay, who's representing Mr. Peebles?
I do, Your Honor.
Privately?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll add him to your room. Okay, and Mr. Keithley, are you representing Mr. Briner?
I am not, Your Honor.
Okay, sounds good. What about Ms. Darling?
I do represent Ms. Darling. If I could be placed in a breakout room with her.
Okay, I'll add her to your room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. And then Mr. Blackman is here with.
Yes.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter, the people of the city of Lansing versus Elizabeth Crampton, file number is 21-03502OD, council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Your Honor, Fred Blackman on behalf of Ms. Crampton. She's on Zoom and we have no objection to handle this matter on Zoom.
Thank you. Today was the date that was set for a pre-trial. We adjourned this matter because we were awaiting the assessment to be done. How are we proceeding at this point?
Your Honor, the city did receive an assessment, and at this time, the city is willing to extend an offer of amending the charge to an OWI first.
Mr. Blackman?
We accept that, Your Honor. My client will plead OWI first today.
Oh, Ms. Crampton, that's correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, ma'am. Ms. Crampton, you have the right to proceed to a trial in this matter, and you have the right to have a jury trial. At the time of trial, you have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent and not have silence be used against you. You have the right to cross-examine or question any witness that the city intends to bring. And you have the right to call your own witnesses or present any evidence you believe would further a defense to this charge. If you want to accept the offer and plead guilty to operating while intoxicated first offense, you would have to give up each of those rights today, ma'am. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody making any threats to you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No.
Is anybody promising you anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty to the charge because you believe you are guilty?
Yes.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
No.
And as to the charge of operating while intoxicated first offense, how do you plead, ma'am?
Guilty.
Mr. Blackman, on a factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Crampton, let me take you back to September 19th of 2021. Were you operating a vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, did there come a one-car accident? Were you
Yes.
involved in an accident? Okay,
Yes.
and it was a property damage. It was a property damage accident, correct?
Yes.
Correct? Okay,
Yes.
and the police arrived at the scene, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and prior to you driving on that night, had you drank alcohol?
Yes.
Okay, and would it be fair to say, or we've talked about, they took your blood and your blood results came back at a 0.248. You wouldn't dispute that, is that correct?
No.
Okay, and you believe that you were under the influence of alcohol when you're driving that night, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, and did this happen in the city of Lansing, county of Ingham, state of Michigan?
Yes.
No further questions, John.
Questions from the city?
No, Your Honor, the city is satisfied with the record.
Thank you. The court is also satisfied with the record, and I'll take your plea. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. This matter will be set for sentencing. Prior to sentencing, you need to meet with the probation department so they can provide the court with a pre-sentence report and recommendation. Okay, Ms. Crampton?
Yes.
You need to report to the probation department in person within the next 48 hours. They're on the 5th floor of City Hall, okay?
Yes.
Your sentencing date's gonna be Monday, June 6th at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Is that date?
Your Honor, could you repeat that? Could you repeat
Yes,
that date
Monday.
again?
Monday, June 6th. Does that work for you?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Do you have any questions today, Ms. Crampton?
No.
Any additional matters for the record?
Not on
Nothing.
behalf of the defendant.
Nothing for the city, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Amanda.
You're all set, Ms. Crampton. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Mr. Keithley, are you ready with Miss Darling?
I am, Your Honor.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Nicole K. Darling, file numbers 22-00538 and 22L270601, council appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Nicole Darling, who is present via Zoom.
Thank you. Today was the date that was reset for a pretrial and explanation hearing. We were here on March 28th. The city amended the offer or the charge to allowing a suspended person to operate. We adjourned this to allow Ms. Darling an opportunity to consider the offer. How are we proceeding today?
My understanding, Your Honor, is that Ms. Darling is going to be entering a plea today.
That's correct, Ms. Darling? You're muted. If you could unmute, please.
I'm sorry. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Can you raise your right hand, ma'am? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Darling, the city's moving to amend your driving while license is suspended to allowing a suspended person to operate. In that matter, you have the right to proceed to trial. You have the right at the time of trial to remain silent, not have silence be used against you. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to question or cross-examine any witness that the city intends to call. And then you have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe would further a defense to the charge. If you want to accept the offer to plead guilty, you would have to give up each of those rights, ma'am.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Today? Okay, you do want to give up those rights? Is anybody
Yes.
threatening you to give up those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised anything to you to get you to waive those rights today?
No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay, adds to the amended charge of allowing a suspended person to operate, how do you plead?
Guilty.
On a factual basis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Darling, on or about February 8th of this year, were you at or in the area of East Oakland Avenue and North Cedar Street in the city of Lansing?
Yes, I was.
And at that time, had you allowed an unlicensed person to drive your vehicle?
Yes.
And did you know that person was unlicensed?
Yes.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions from the city?
No, Your Honor, the city is satisfied with the facts on the record.
Satisfied with the factual basis, and I'm going to accept your plea. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Finding that matter will be $200. As to the disobeyed traffic control device accident, is she accepting responsibility to that, Mr. Keithley?
Your Honor, that is my understanding.
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're fine in that. It's $125. When can you make payment, ma'am?
So the totals, what was the first amount?
200, and then this is 125. So your total is going to be 325.
Okay, I just started a job at a salon, but my check already came, but I got to go pick it up. So can I get a couple of days to pay it and I'll pay it all off?
You're going to pay it all in full?
Yeah, I would like to do that. Unless, is there a rate? Yeah, I'd just rather just pay it off.
That's no problem. I'll give you 30 days to pay it in full, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do you know how to make payment online?
Is it, yeah, is that the only way to do it, or can I, or coming in? What's my options?
Yep, you can pay online or you can come in person and pay, okay?
Okay, I'll try the online first, but I'm terrible with the internet. So what's the online, the website?
You'll go to the court website, www.lansingmi.gov/court. And then you'll use your case number to make the payments. You have 2 separate case numbers here, so it may be easier for you to just make payment online if you're not really savvy with technology.
Yeah,
I mean, to come
okay.
in person. You might want to just come in person, ma'am.
Right, right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem, you're all set.
Thank you.
Okay. Miss Donnelly on Briner and Thomas.
Your Honor, I represent Mr. Thomas.
Okay, are you ready to proceed on his matter?
I am going to need to speak to him in a breakout room.
Okay, I'll add him to your room.
Hello. Oh, how come I cannot click in here?
Okay, sorry about that, Your Honor.
Okay. Whoops. We ready on Mr. Thomas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ali, are you all set in the breakout room?
Oh,
With Mr. Peoples, yes, I am, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Louis Devon Peebles, file number 20-00430M, council appearance.
Morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Louis Peebles, who is appearing separately from Ingham County Jail.
Thank you. Today's the date that was set for a pre-trial in this matter for a trespass. How are we proceeding on this matter?
Your Honor, at this time, I don't know if there is an offer. If not, Mr. Peebles would be pleading as charged.
Was there an offer extended on this, Mrs. O'Boyle?
There was not, Your Honor. The prior offer and the remaining offer is to plead as charged.
And Ms. Donnelly, you said he wants to plead to the charge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Thank you. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? Thank you. You can put your hand down, sir. Okay, and Mr. Peoples, you have the right to proceed to a trial in this matter. You have the right to have a jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present evidence that you believe would further the defense to the charge. You have the right to cross-examine or question any of the city's witnesses. You have the right to remain silent and not have silence be used against you at trial. In order to plead guilty to the charge, you'd have to give up those rights today. Is that what you want to do, sir?
yes.
They like threatening you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty.
No.
Anybody promising you anything to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty, sir, because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
As to the charge of trespassing, how do you plead?
Guilty.
On a factual basis, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Peebles, on February 4th of 2020, were you at the location of 1415 East Kalamazoo Street in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
All right. And at that time, when you were at that location, you had been previously trespassed from that location, correct?
Yes.
All right, and then on February 4th, you were found there by Lansing Police Department and cited for trespassing, correct?
Yes.
All right, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Questions from the city?
No, Your Honor, the city is satisfied with the factual basis on the record.
Thank you. The court is also satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea, Mr. Peoples. Find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. I'll issue a sentence of credit time served, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you're all set. You're all set, Mr. Peebles.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. Ms. Dolly, do you need to speak to Mr. Briner?
I've previously spoken to Mr. Briner. I'm ready to go unless he needs something.
On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Andre Jamal Briner, found number 22-00396 OT, council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle, appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Andre Briner, who's appearing separately by Zoom.
Today's the date that was set for a pre-trial. I have a note here from March 28th that there was an offer from the city to amend to allowing a suspended person to operate. We adjourn this matter to allow your client to consider that offer, and is he accepting it at this time?
Yes, Your Honor, he is.
Okay, Mr. Briner, is that correct? You want to accept the offer? And please-
Yes, Your Honor.
You raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Mr. Briner, you have the right to be represented by counsel, and you have representation by the Office of the Public Defender by way of Ms. Donnelly. You have the right to proceed to trial in this matter, and you have the right to have a jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used to implicate your guilt. You have the right to question or cross-examine any witness the city intends to call. You have the right to present your own evidence that you believe would further any defense to the charge. If you want to accept the offer and plead guilty to the amended charge of allowing a suspended person to operate, you'd have to give up each of those rights. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You wish to waive those rights today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there anyone threatening you to get you to waive those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Is anybody promising you anything to get you to waive those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you believe you are guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to the amended charge of allowing a suspended person to operate, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
On a factual basis?
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, Mr. Briner, on February 5th of this year, were you operating a vehicle upon North Pine Street at or near West Genesee Street in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
And at that time, were you operating a vehicle while your license was suspended?
Yes.
All right, and you were pulled over by the Lansing Police Department, correct?
Yes. Yes, I
Right.
was.
All right, and do you currently have a valid license?
No, I do not.
All right, Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Any questions from the city?
No, Your Honor, the city is satisfied with the factual basis on the record.
Satisfied with the factual basis, and I'll accept your plea. Mr. Briner, I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. The fine is $200. When can you pay that?
Can I make payment arrangements?
What's the payment arrangement?
I can probably do 50 every 2 weeks.
When are you gonna make the first payment?
Um, it'll be so it'll be a week from now, and then 2 weeks after that prior.
Okay, so today is the 11th. You're gonna make your first payment on the 18th.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So it's into order that you'll pay $50 every other week beginning April 18th until paid in full. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the city, Your Honor. Thank you.
Nothing for defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Minor.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. On the record in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Joshua Thomas, file number 21-033930D, council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Amanda O'Boyle appearing on behalf of the city of Lansing.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Keithley, Assistant Public Defender, appearing on behalf of Joshua Thomas, who is present via Zoom.
Thank you. Today was the date that was set for a pretrial. This matter was adjourned while negotiations were pending. How are we proceeding at this time?
Thank you, Your Honor. An offer was extended to Ms. Thomas this morning to plead guilty to an amended charge of operating while visibly impaired. It is my understanding that Mr. Thomas will be accepting that offer and entering a plea this morning.
Mr. Thomas, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. You can put your hand down. You have the right to proceed to trial on this matter, sir. You have the right to have a jury trial. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to call witnesses or present evidence that you believe would further any defense to this charge. You have the right to cross-examine or question any witness that the city intends to call. And then you have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to accept the offer and plead guilty to the amended count of operating while invisibly impaired, you have to give up your right to have a trial and all the other rights that I just listed there. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to waive those rights today, sir?
Yes.
Anybody threatening you to get you to waive those rights?
No, Your Honor.
Is anybody making any promises to you if you waive
No,
your
Your
rights and
Honor.
plead guilty? Okay. Are you pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
Yes, Your Honor. I am on probation.
Okay, what are you on probation for?
A felonious assault in Ingham County.
Are you in the circuit court?
What was that?
Is that in the 30th Circuit Court? You're on probation?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that a guilty plea could result in a violation of your probation status?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, are you sure you understand that, or do you need more time to talk that over with your attorney and consider that?
Yeah, maybe I do need some time to speak with my attorney about that.
Okay, that's fine. I can either give you a new date or you can wait and speak to him today. It's up to you. I recognize you just got the offer today, so if you need more time, I'm happy to give you another week.
Yes, Your Honor, if I may have another week for that.
Okay. April 18th at 10 a.m. April 18th at 10 a.m.
Okay, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions at this time?
No, I do not.
Okay, Mr. Keith will be in touch with you. You're all set for today.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, I see Mr. Cager. are they not putting Mr. Zarko on anymore? Yeah, they never put him on. Mr. Cager, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Keithley, are you representing Mr. Cager?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that my office has not made a decision on whether to reassign Mr. Cager's case, but my plan is to check up on it today.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll reset this matter so that we can get properly advised as to how he's going to be proceeding with the public defender's office. To April 18th at 10 a.m. Mr. Cager, we're going to reset your matter for April 18th at 10 a.m. The public defender's office is still working on whether or not your case will be reassigned, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, you're all set.
All right.
Okay, we'll see if they put Mr. Zarker on. I didn't see Mr. Hall. So I'm gonna issue a bench warrant. Mr. Douglas. It's not here either. Issue a bench warrant. And so other than Zarka, and I'm not sure why they didn't put him on. I don't see either of you on Zarka. Are you all on Zarka?
I represent Mr. Zarka, Your Honor.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Late appointment. I believe I was assigned that case on the 8th.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I guess we're contacting the jail to see what happened, and then Ms. Donnelly, I don't think you have any more then, correct?
Nope, I'm done for the day. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And Amanda, I hope you get better. Sorry, feel better.
As to Zarka, Your Honor, I don't have any discovery or anything on either of his files. It was going to end up being a request for an adjournment.
Okay, sounds good. We'll reset it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. Zarka, both of them. April 18th at 10:30. That's all we have for the morning. All right, thank you both.
Thank you, Your Honor.